Hey, good morning, y'all. Just finished up Genesis, and at the end of it, at Genesis 50:18-ish, something really struck out to me, and so I was thinking about this. One of my last posts, a post a while ago, I started having a conversation with this guy, um, and uh, and one of this there's a statement that he made that a lot of Christians make in times of when we don't understand what's going on, when the situation sucks, something bad has happened to us, or at least what we think is bad, right? Um, and The statement was something like, God works in mysterious ways. I don't like that statement because it sounds very cliche, and it just leaves a lot of openness to just like basically what you're saying is suck it up and move on because it is what it is kind of statement. I don't really agree with that. I don't like that statement. In it, I God does work in mysterious ways. We don't understand it. If we did understand it, we would be God, or at least at the same level as God, if we understood everything that He was orchestrating or doing, or uh, how the world works, right? We live in a sinful world, a fallen world. Bad things happen. Um, people are, some people are evil. There is evil in the world. Um, and, uh, and so at the end of Genesis here, you know, they're talking about uh, Joseph and his father Jacob and his brothers, and so his brothers, tried to kill Joseph, and they were trying to do harm to him, right? I mean, that was the intent. They were trying to get rid of him, um, and his father Jacob didn't know that. Anyway, long story short, at the end, Joseph has um, become like Pharaoh's second man in command, second hand guy or whatever you want to call him. Pharaoh has given him a lot of responsibility, a lot of land, power, all of the things. Um, I think that we can see that Joseph understands who God is in a real way, um, through that story, and especially at the end. So I wanted to point out Genesis 50, it's like 18. His brothers also came and fell down before him. So uh, Jacob had passed away at this point, and Joseph and everybody had gone and buried him. And so Joseph's brothers were concerned that um, Joseph was going to retaliate, basically, or take revenge on his brothers now that his father was gone. And so his brothers go to him, and they say, "Behold, we are your servants." But Joseph said to them, "Do not fear, for am I in the place of God?" Question mark. So Joseph understands, hey, I am not in the place of God. I am not God. I don't understand all of this exactly. I don't have that authority to, take revenge or wipe you out or whatever. As for you, you meant evil against me, but God meant it for good, to bring it about that many people should be kept alive. Joseph is acknowledging that God used that situation, whether he made it happen or didn't. We don't get to know that. Um, I would like to think that God did not make that situation happen, that there is evil in this world, that the evil in his brothers made his brothers do that. But God definitely, um, through the story, you can see that God used that situation to put Joseph in a place of authority and power. Um, and Joseph was humble enough to accept that and utilize that. But God meant it for good, to bring it about that many people should be kept alive as they are today. So he's acknowledging that a lot of people have benefited from Joseph from that happening to him. So do not fear, I will provide for you and your little ones. Thus he comforted them and spoke kindly to them. So not only did he acknowledge that he's not God, that he doesn't have that kind of authority, he definitely is, even though he's hurt or been hurt, and probably still is hurt from what his brothers did to him, and maybe, is unsure on exactly how to handle that. Thus he comforted them and spoke kindly to them. He still loved them, even though they put him through a lot of really crappy stuff in the beginning. He acknowledges that God is in control and used that situation to benefit a lot of other people. He acknowledges that he is to still love his brothers. Doesn't have to like the actions. And he still probably, I would assume, he still probably feels hurt by them, but he still loves them and wants to take care of them and comfort them. And anyway, I've been through some stuff like that, and it was just a really good story for me to hear. A little bit of history there. If we don't look back at history, there's a problem. But I definitely struggle with some of that, so God's still working, man. Anyway, I'm about ready to go get to work here. Break some glass. I'm breaking some glass today. I'm not making any sawdust. So hopefully you guys check in on that. And I would say go make some sawdust, y'all, but I don't want to tell you to go break glass, because a lot of times you shouldn't break glass. I don't know. Anyway, hope you guys got something from that. I sure did. Adios, amigos.